Forecast. We are looking at drier conditions moving in on Monday. However, there is an evening chance for rain, also breezy with temperatures in the 50s. Tuesday, partly cloudy and 45. Wednesday, clouds increase at 56. Then we're in the 60s going into Thursday as well as into next weekend. Caroline?
Ethan, thanks so much. Well, it is time for Chapter Chat. I'm joined by Paula from the Cincinnati Public Library System, and we were just saying with all of this rain, I'm sure that lots of people are looking for something new to read as they're cuddled up inside and hopefully not out in these conditions. So Paula, tell me about this month's pick.
Great, thank you again. Love to be here. So this month we're talking about Harry's Trees, which you mentioned is a book maybe not everyone has heard of, so I'm thrilled to be able to talk to you about it.
Yes.
You know, it's a book that is about springtime in terms of everything greening up and really having the opportunity for rebirth and rediscovery. This is a book that starts out with Harry Crane, who is a Forest Service employee, but he works in an office and he's sort of unhappy with his job, and he has a wonderful wife that he loves very much, but she has a tragic accident at the beginning of this book, and Harry is forced to sort of rebuild his life a little bit. Wow. He's lost for a while. He asked for a transfer to the Endless Mountains in Pennsylvania, and he is just overwhelmed by the fact that his life has not turned out the way he wanted it to. And he's there in the middle of the mountains in Pennsylvania, feeling like maybe he doesn't know that the rest of his life looks at all worth what he thought it would be. And then he meets, he sees, I brought one with me to give to you, a little Snickers, a mini Snickers, up very high in a tree where you would not see a mini Snickers, and he discovers a whole bunch of mini candies all around that were put there by Oriana, who is also experiencing a loss of her father. Harry's wife and Oriana's dad died on the same day, and they find each other in this most unlikely way. And I'm not going to get into it too much, but I will say that there's also a librarian from the town in Pennsylvania, so of course I love it. Yes. And Olive is the librarian. She's the sort of stereotypical librarian, but a lovely woman who gives a wonderful fairy tale to Harry and Oriana. And they sort of have this rebirth of life and discovery that there is much left to live.
I am already hooked. I'm like, I just want to take this copy home with me. But I think the main kind of theme there is something that everybody can really relate to, maybe wanting a rebirth or not expecting one to happen in their lives. What is kind of some of the other themes that you feel like people are really going to grab onto?
I think being open to unexpected relationships and new kinds of perspectives on life and what you want it. Maybe that's not where it's going to go, but there may be better and greater things here. And I also want to say that, you know, it reminds me that if people out there are listening and reading books today or thinking about books or just need somebody to talk to, remember the library is about books and those kinds of wonderful resources. But if you need assistance, help in connecting in another way with a service, don't forget you can ask at the library. We will give you all kinds of resources to really have your own opportunity for rebirth and rediscovery. It can often be through a book. Yeah. Maybe you have a librarian in your life like Olive who will give you a fantastic book that you didn't think would do this for you, but maybe you'll find one today when you're looking through the library's catalog at home when it's rainy. But I just think it's a great book to remind us that spring is a time to really open up your heart to a whole new way of looking at things. And also this book, I brought you along these mini candies.
I love it.
You're gonna have a discussion. You already have a built-in snack right there.
That is perfect. I'm all about a prop too. I love it. No, but to your point though, the library system has so many incredible resources. I know sometimes when you're looking for a new start, you might be looking for some community. I know you guys have lots of book clubs that you can join, but thank you for that reminder that that's a safe place to go and to be able to build a new community in this area. I love that.
That's right. We're all about connecting people to books and to each other through books and through our services. So just a great reminder. And this is a wonderful book. If you need a little bit of lift me up for these dreary days, you know, start this book and I can guarantee by the end of it, I finished it and I couldn't help. I got a little bit teary-eyed because it really is about people rediscovering things that they didn't think would save them, but you never know.
So fitting for what we're seeing across the area right now. Paula, thank you so much as always for joining us, and we will be right back after this break.